I can speak when I'm alone, but when I'm with other people, just can't get the words out. Does this ever happen to you? I'm Barbara Dam, and I want to talk to you a little bit about why this happens. It's so frustrating for people who stutter, who can practice saying something for 2 hours by themselves. And then when they go to say the same thing to somebody else, wow, they just can't say it. Why does this happen? It's not that you don't have the ability to say it. Obviously, if you did, you wouldn't be able, if you had a disability, you wouldn't be able to say it when you were alone either. And if you're able to say it when you're alone, well, obviously, you're able to say it. So what makes the difference? Well, the difference is in your mind. What is your mind doing even before you go to speak to other people? Is your mind preparing you for difficulty? What are those little messages that in your subconscious you're saying again and again to yourself? Oh, this is going to be hard. I bet I'm going to stutter. Maybe the words won't come out. What are people going to think of me? Any of those messages ring a bell with you? I bet. Well, these little messages can really screw up the whole works of how you're producing speech. I know, I never stuttered, but I really had a lot of stage fright. So much so that I just couldn't make a video. About even 5-6 years ago, I was going to start a vlog. And I started making videos, and they were awful. Okay, I'm not going to say whether this one is great or not, but that's part of the change in my mind. I don't care. And then I did care. I was always thinking, how's it going to come out? Now I'm speaking to other people. So I started thinking too much about how I was going to do it, what I was saying, and thinking too much about the order of my thoughts. And I wasn't stuttering, but I certainly wasn't fluent either. And the quality of the video was pretty deplorable. So I had to learn to change my mind. And there are two things that I really did to change my mind. One is to start consciously giving myself some really good messages, like it doesn't matter how you say it, it matters that you get your point across. And I also started doing it. And while I was doing it, I was letting that message sit in me. I was letting myself say to myself, you can say whatever you want to say. Don't start checking out as you're saying it. And this is a really important difference because you care so much about being able to speak fluently. You might start listening to yourself. You might start judging yourself when you're speaking. These are all the mind games. And when you give up these mind games, you will enjoy speaking so much more. I'm not saying that your processing will be the process of normally fluent speech. Maybe not, because there's a lot more to it. It's not just the mind, it's partially the mind, but it's also the habitual neurological process that you use for speaking. But it is to a great degree the way you are using your mind, the way that the mind is giving you the messages when you have to speak. So, don't go for perfection and don't judge yourself. Give your mind maybe 2 or 3 messages that are positive. I'll give you an idea of some messages that you might want to give yourself. Messages like, if I can speak when I'm alone, I can speak. Hey, this is me. I can do it. Or, if I stutter, it's not going to be the end of the world. I might even feel more comfortable if I tell people I stutter, and then I've sort of lowered the fear factor, you might say, because everybody knows I stutter, so it's common knowledge, and if I don't take it very badly, then they won't feel uncomfortable either. So that's another thing you can do. But just give your message that you want your mind to receive. It's really important. Be specific about the messages. Make sure that they're messages that will lead you to do what you want to do. And be patient. It does take time for your mind to come on board and accept new messages. After all, you've been saying the same old things for years. So be a little bit patient and let your mind start seeing that you don't have to work to speak. You can do it naturally. And if you'd like more information, I'm putting a link below that you're going to want to click. So, hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you realize that if you want to change the way you speak, you have to change your mind.